In the snowy winter forest, a lone homotherium, or dirk-toothed cat, heads down to the pond for a drink. A smaller relative of the more famous Smilodon, this genus is widespread across Eurasia and the Americas as well as Africa at this point in time. However, the nearby herd of woolly mammoths is definitely off the menu. The woolly mammoth, the most famous of the Ice Age megafauna, is on the move. The winter snows have buried much of the edible vegetation, and what flora remains has gone dormant. There is better grazing at lower altitudes at this time of year. The mammoths have already left the frozen highlands and move into the more autumnal areas of the mammoth steppe. Like modern elephants, mammoths can wander hundreds of kilometers looking for fresh food and water. The homotherium is also on the move to more suitable hunting grounds. The mammoth herd does not have any calves with them at the moment. However, they still keep a wary eye on the homotherium regardless. As dawn arrives, the mammoths have made it to the mammoth steppe, an area of open tundra and plains split by small copses of trees. The tundra and taiga are covered in lakes, ponds, and small rivers formed from meltwater and permafrost, along with the summer and spring rains. The mammoths use the same migratory routes year after year. The knowledge of these routes is passed down over the generations from mothers to calves. The homotherium and the mammoths eventually go their separate ways upon reaching the plains. The herd eventually moves towards a canyon leading to the lowlands. This area will one day be on the coast of England. However, the coast is now several hundred meters lower due to a reduction in sea level caused by the Ice Age. The current coastline, where the mammoths are aiming to migrate to, will one day be underwater. This route, however, is deadly. Other mammoths have died in the previous migrations through this exact canyon. This, however, is the only route through to the coast. Regardless of the risks, the mammoth matriarchs still lead the herd onwards into the canyon, even though they know of the grave danger within. The entire herd is on high alert. The method of their demise varies from year to year. A seemingly out-of-place mass of logs and dry vegetation is ahead of the herd. The smell of this vegetation of which seems off. Something seems wrong, as if they've been doused in pine pitch. Then the danger is revealed. Several of the mammoths are suddenly struck from above. Flames start when a burning spear is thrown into the canyon below, trapping the mammoths that are not already dead or dying. Eventually, the hunters stop taking a toll. They have more meat than they could ever possibly eat before it goes off, and the scavengers will finish off whatever's left. The mammoths already know the identity of their killer. Humans. Humans have been hunting them for decades now, and it is this canyon where most of the fatalities occur year after year. Unlike other predators, they are able to use tools, weapons, and fire, along with more advanced and complicated tactics that allow to hunt prey far beyond their weight class. Eventually, the beleaguered survivors have made it from the plains to the valley and eventually the ocean. This coastal plain is the area that will one day be at the bottom of the North Sea. Finally, we meet another megafaunal species in these coastal marshes, the woolly rhinoceros, Coleodonta. This furry behemoth is a relative to the modern-day rhinoceros and looks the part with two distinct nasal horns. However, unlike modern rhinoceros, with the exception of the Sumatran rhinoceros, they are covered in a thick woolly coat, which has now thinned during the summer and is currently regrowing a thicker winter coat. by the seashore, the mammoths rest before the oceanic crossing, which is not due for several weeks. While they can swim over the cold water, it can dramatically increase the risk of hypothermia. Indeed, some mammoths have died and sunk to the bottom of the ocean before. Instead, they'll wait for the water to freeze over and attempt crossing then. It is here where we leave the herd of mammoths, and in so concluding the first season of Prehistoric Safari. However, there are more adventures into the deep past yet to come.